Captain Screw Your Freedoms himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is here today to give his thoughts, his reactions to what happened last week with the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. And what he has to say here today goes completely against the leftist narrative in every way possible. And the leftists are already starting to get very upset with Arnold and what he has to say here today. But I do have to say here, Arnold, okay? I'm going to have to make things very uncomfortable for you in this video here today. I'm going to be holding you accountable for some of the things that you have said in the past that have aided in leading up to what happened last week with Charlie Kirk, okay? Now, that is just because I think it is important for us to talk about those things, talk about the terrible, terrible things that some people like you have said in the past, and that is exactly what we're going to do. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and check this out and see what Arnold has to say about Charlie Kirk.
I was very, very upset that someone's life was taken because they have a different opinion.
And just keep this in mind because I think this is a very interesting piece to the puzzle of everything that is going on here. Let's not forget that Chris Pratt is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son-in-law. All right, let's not forget that. And we have been talking a lot about Chris Pratt over the past few days and some of the things that he has had to say about Charlie Kirk. I mean, I did a video about it yesterday if you want to go check it out. But just keep that in mind. You know that Chris Pratt is having conversations with Arnold about everything that is going on. What if Chris Pratt is starting to actually get to Arnold and start to make him realize what is just going on in the country right now? I'm just saying that that is a possibility, okay? But let's continue on here.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, this was a great communicator, a great advocate for the right, for Republican causes. And he had such a great way of communicating with the students that agreed or disagreed with him. And I just thought, it's a human being. A human life is gone. And he was a great father, a great husband. And I was thinking about his children. They will only be reading about him now, instead of him reading to them bedtime stories. I mean, it's just unbelievable of what is going on. So I was shocked when I saw this, as we all were.
Every time that I start to just process what happened last week all over again, it hurts. And I just start thinking about the kids, like what Arnold was saying here. And I just think about the fact that they are going to grow up without their dad. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. The lines are no longer blurred between the good and evil in this country. That everything is in clear contrast. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he has said some other things very recently in the past. This was just from a couple months ago where he was on The View and he was talking about illegal immigration and all that type of stuff. If you guys remember, this was an absolutely hilarious moment because this had The View panicking after what he said here.
We got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather than committing a crime or being...
They literally put their hand on Arnold Schwarzenegger to stop him from saying what he's saying because it goes completely against their narrative. They thought when they invited him on The View that they were going to get Mr. Screw Your Freedoms, but instead they got Mr. Illegal Immigrants Are Criminals. Maybe Chris Pratt is being a huge influence on Arnold Schwarzenegger right now. We just don't know, but I would like to think that that is what is going on here. But let's just not forget that even back in October of last year, Arnold Schwarzenegger was pushing some absolutely horrific rhetoric that was dangerous, that has potentially been some of the same type of crap that has led up to what happened to Charlie Kirk last week, where he said that it will just be 4 more years of BS with no results that makes us angrier and angrier, more divided and more hateful if Trump wins. And, you know, this is the type of nonsense that we are seeing, where all these Democrats and leftists are like, if you guys just didn't vote in Trump, then we wouldn't have to shoot you guys. That is literally the type of narrative that they're trying to run right now, and it is insane. We need to close the door on this chapter of American history, and I know that former President Trump won't do that. He will divide. He will insult. He will find new ways to be more un-American than he already has been, and we, the people, will get nothing but more anger. That's why he voted for Kamala Harris last year. Let's just keep that in mind. Now, all of that to say, maybe he is having a change of heart. We just don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where all this continues to go. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.